Welcome to my channel, detailing events throughout the decades. 1991. M4 Motorway Crash. On March 13, 10 people were killed in a pile-up, involving 51 vehicles during foggy conditions, on the eastbound carriageway of the M4 motorway. A van driver claimed something flew up in front of him, startling him and causing him to skid into the central reservation. Later it was reported that he fell asleep at the wheel. A car traveling behind the van changed lanes to avoid contact, but other vehicles behind were traveling around 70 miles per hour and failed to avoid the crashed van. They skidded into the other lanes of the carriageway. Other drivers took evasive action by driving onto the hard shoulder, used for emergencies. An articulated lorry then jackknifed across all three lanes of the eastbound carriageway. Driver Alan Bateman managed to free himself from his car, and ran back down the central reservation trying to warn other motorists of the danger in front of them, but he was ignored or hooted at, as they continued towards the crash. In just 91 seconds, 51 vehicles became involved in the pile-up. Car fuel caught fire, along with highly combustible material which one of the vans was carrying, causing an explosion and large fire. The carriageway was closed for 4 days after the crash, as charred wrecks were removed and the road surface replaced. In total, 10 people were killed and 25 others were injured. In Parliament, MP Michael McNair Wilson asked why the Thames Valley and Wiltshire police forces had not activated the motorway hazard lights to warn drivers of the patchy fog. The Under-Secretary for Transport, Christopher Chope, stated that these signs were only used for hazards not readily apparent to drivers and not for adverse weather conditions. The crash led to warning signals being introduced on British motorways to warn drivers of fog. This was considered one of the worst pile-ups on a motorway in Britain. The accident took place at the time of year when daffodils bloom in southern England. After the accident, several police officers who had attended the accident planted daffodil bulbs in the bank on the side of the carriageway next to the accident site. For several years, in the middle of March, the crash site is marked by a patch of yellow flowers, forever remembering those people who died in the crash that day. May you never be forgotten. Thank you for watching and learning about events throughout history. Please subscribe to my channel to view other events throughout the decades.